Hey, this is Druid XCDX, and as you guys can see from the title of the thumbnail, I'm making a video about my life story, uh, where I came from. As you know, my channel is kind of personality based. I haven't done a lot lately, but I want to get back into the stuff just because life's been weird for a while, and I feel like I'm getting a better mindset of how I want to do things and just not get overzealous over one thing like I've done, but even though that thing was great. But yeah, I'm getting my life on track. So we're gonna talk about my life because I'm a nobody. I'm pretty much am a nobody. Even if people know me, I'm nobody. So I made up this quote um, for my channel. Um, what did I literally forgot it. It's probably a quote somebody's already said before, but I want it to be part of my channel. I am nobody, become somebody with me. Um, it's a big thing that I'm thinking, like, a lot of people are nobodies and they become these big stars. I don't really want to be a big star, but I want something to have. But let's talk about my life real quick. Go down memory lane. Because this is where I came from, and this is why I am the person I am today. Meeting new people. People do change, and maybe when they grow up, they don't change as much, but they still do. And I kind of want to broaden my story and tell you guys, because I'm gonna die one day, and if you know nothing about me, then you'll never know my story. So, uh, where could I start from? Sorry, I jump cut because I forgot I was not using this mic, but it's fine. It still sounds pretty good quality. Uh, well, as I was saying, I started out my life. I was a pretty shy kid. Um, I didn't have hair like this, believe it or not. I was pretty bald. I have pictures. I probably won't show them, but yeah, I was a pretty bald kid. I would get made fun of a little bit about my ears. My ears are huge. If like I don't have hair, so I usually try to keep my hair nice and long so people don't make fun of me about it and stuff. But I'm okay with it now. I got some good people around me and stuff. But I was a pretty shy kid. I'd say during the years of those shyness, I met some pretty good people. I'll try and name a few people, but these are I'm not gonna name all my friends and stuff that, but like most people that I've grown apart with and don't really talk to anymore, but they still helped me out through the years. I used to be friends with a kid named Spencer Lippis. I probably shouldn't say his last name, but he's a cool guy. I still would like to hang out with him and stuff, but we lost touch over the years. But he was a good friend, and we did videos on my other channel, and this is why I started doing YouTube. I don't have any of those videos. They deleted them all because of copyrighted stuff that I put music on there. Because back then, YouTube didn't really care about monetization and stuff like that. They just wanted to have fun, and I had fun on that channel. We did like some gangster life, emo life type style, which is funny because I'm like probably one of the most emos people out of my friends. So and I became the emo guy, but I'm not that emo. I'm definitely more emotional than others, but I tend to hide them a lot more just because I, I don't know, I don't like to show it, but I will show it to the right people if I find them, you know. And Spencer was a big part of my life. Growing up, we hung out a lot. Um, like I used to be on my old street. We used to play football, fight, tackle, and stuff. And he was a big part of my life. And I couldn't be more happy to have him a part of my life in that time period. Um, but moving on over the years, he moved away, so, but like he didn't move that far, which is weird. So like we still seen each other, but not much in school because in school I was more of a dumber kid. I went in IEP classes. I'm not that smart when it comes to book stuff. Technology, completely different story. But we drove it apart. He moved away because his mom had some mental issues, which I'm not getting into. That it's not my forte. And he moved away with his dad, which is across town. So I couldn't hang out with him a lot more. So I kind of like stopped being friends because he also wasn't in the same clique as me. But that's one person. I know I'm going to be talking about people in this, and to try and contradict my story. But that's what that's what I'm kind of better at than telling out my stories flat out. Sorry about that. So more people. My friend Joe is Joe. He's a good friend. I haven't talked to him in a long time. We kind of fall out a little bit, just not talking. Still good, very very good friend of mine. I met him. If Joe remembers this, he'll love it. I met him. We were just waiting at the bus stop, going to school, and I met him there. And every day after school, I just would go over to his house, and we'd play video games all the time. And he's the one that kind of like made me get an Xbox, which now I'm a PC guy, but Xbox was like really cool back then. I was like an Xbox 360 at least, not the original. But he made me think of getting it because Gears of War was the game back then. Gears of War was great. I loved that game. But he made me realize how to like. I wanted that, and he was a good friend. He's still a good friend. I miss talking to him. I don't talk to him that much anymore. I just go in my little bubble now. Fun. um. Yeah. What else was I saying? Yeah, I met him at a bus stop, and I would go to his house every day, and he I I wanted to get an Xbox because of him. Yeah. I mean that's cool. That's part of my life. Kind of changed my life a little bit. I know this is just weird, just talking about this. But maybe someone will watch. um, what else was a big part of my life? Growing up in school, I was not smart. Like I said, I probably got C's and D's, B's and stuff. So school was boring. I never had fun in school. I had fun with some people, like the clique that I'm with now. I'll name a few people: Zach, Stone, Jesse. They're good friends of mine. We still talk to this day, and they're probably one of the closer people I have to talk to. But I don't really talk about personal issues with a lot of people. I tend to do that either with my mother or just bottle them up inside. Uh, if I have a personal issue, I tend to not care anymore. I know it's kind of weird. I just tend to put it aside, even though I should think about it. But my life is getting good, so don't worry about that. I'm working on stuff right now. I'm just talking about the past at the moment. Who else was a big part of my life? Within this clique, I met a lot of good people, and within these people, I would say I'm glad that I was more socially awkward to going into like, say, playing football because I was gonna play football, and that was a big change in my life. I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't meet the good people that I have today. Um, I did meet them before I did, or around when I was going to do football and stuff, and I just got into this clique where I feel like these are good people, but like if I was in the other clique of or situation, I would be alone, like literally alone, if I wasn't in this like situation. Um, I know this is rambly, but it's whatever. Um, so let's talk about me getting kicked out. So, um, my mom and dad, I haven't talked about that yet. My mom and dad over the years drifted apart. I won't say anything more. They drifted apart, and my mom and dad got a divorce, which was a big thing in my life. It kind of changed my whole life like crazy. This is where my life literally turned around. Um, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute, but that is the biggest part that turned my life around, where it made it to where I wanted to stop, if that makes sense. I wanted things to stop because it just they my mom and dad weren't happy, and that made me less happy too. They're in better places per se. I'm not really good in touch with my dad. He tries to get in touch, but I don't really want it. So, you know. We're gonna come back to that though. I'm gonna talk about the years when I was camping, cause camping was a fun time. I met a lot of good people there. Um, I'll name a few: Josh, Eli, Michael. Those are the three main ones that I can remember. There are some good people there. It was Leafy Oaks Campground. If you guys wanna stalk them, but it's a good campground. I liked them. I was there for half of my life probably, and you know, just did campground things. Went on golf cart rides. Played football. Cause I used to like doing that back in the day. Go to the woods. Um, get stung by bees. Go swimming. All that fun stuff. That was a big part of my life. Nowadays, I'd probably say I wouldn't want to go back unless I have a lot of people, like friends, because it's not the same when you're older. When you're a kid, things are pretty fun, but I guess when you're older, most of the people just want to hang out and talk and drink, and I don't drink. I like talking, but I won't drink. It's not for me. But let's get back to the mother and father divorce. That was a big part of my life. It's a big change in my life that happened, and it kind of ruined my life in a way. But it also made me a bigger person because I'd say if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have grown up as fast as I did. Uh, but I know growing up fast is bad sometimes, but you you need to grow up sometime. Um, and if you don't, you're just going to be a child your whole life and think everything's going to be handed to you when it's not. I wasn't handed things to me when I was a child. Get I did get stuff, but like I wasn't the most richest child. I was a mid-range child. My grandma mostly got me that stuff, but she passed away, which was a big part of my life as well. Um, but the divorce eventually set off. My mom left. She didn't leave far. Uh, and like it was actually like 2 blocks away, which it was within walking distance. And I stopped going to school. Uh, I'm not sure why I stopped going. I honestly think I was just fed up with it. It was, it felt like a waste of time to me, which in retrospect, school was a waste because I didn't learn anything. I literally didn't learn shit. I can't tell you anything from school. I graduated. That's all I can tell you. Like, no joke. Um, School is a waste. They need a better system in place. But I stopped going to school, and eventually my dad found out because he got a call, and I was in my room at the time, and I just locked myself in the room, and I like really didn't want to go. I don't know why. But he came in and he was like, da da da, you should really be going to school and stuff. It's like I know I should have been, but like he kicked me out that day. Well, he was like, he didn't really kick me out. He said, this is like kick out words. Um, if you don't like living here, go live with your mom or something like that. And that day, I instantly packed up my stuff as soon as he said that. I was fed up with that. Just because I didn't like being there anyway. He was with his girlfriend, and I did not like his girlfriend. I still really don't, but they're still together. It's his life. He can do whatever he wants. Um, so I just was fed up and took everything and moved in with my mom because uh, it's the only place I could go. She's the only one that's was probably willing to take me at the time because I didn't have a job. I still had to go to school and stuff. So I went there. It was a 1-bedroom apartment, which sucks. So I had to get all my stuff and my bed and stuff, and it was fucking terrible. And I'm sure I still have things like left behind at that house because they still own the house. They don't have it anymore though. But yeah. Anyway, later on in life, we moved. She got a boyfriend, which is not the same boyfriend anymore. She got a boyfriend. We lived with him for a while, which was weird. It was like not long. It was like maybe a week, maybe less. But I lived in his house. It was all right. I had internet. I was fine, as long as I had internet. Then we went and found a house. We rented that house out, and we really liked. I really liked his boyfriend or her boyfriend at the time, and he got diagnosed with cancer because of his job. He was like a construction worker, and I think it might have also been because he smoked. But I'm not sure what kind of cancer he got, but he got cancer within like half a year. He died, which sucked because we also were in financial problems because I was paying bills at the time, and so was my mom. But I was paying more of it because she had to pay off her car bill, which sucked. So I was pretty much paying all of it. So and then I got laid off, which technically fired, but I call it laid off because it was a temp job. I got laid off, and we lost the house, so I had to go figure out where to move, and I went and asked Joe if I could move in with him, and that was fine for a while, but I was there too long. I understood that I needed to get off my lazy ass and get a job. I was there for about a half a year, not doing anything, being really depressed, because I lost everything. I've lost everything, like when I was like those years, and finally he eventually told me I needed to leave. I left. I went to my uncle's for a while, for like 3 days. I was fed up with him keep telling me to get a job. I knew I needed to get a job. I knew it. I knew I did. But he was just hounding me and hounding me. And it was a snowy day, and I just walked to my friend Stone's house because I was like, there was no internet at the house. So I was like, I want to play League of Legends. And that's when I went to Stone's house with my laptop and played League. And I was there for couple months, and eventually he got evicted from his house, which sucked because like I had another place that I got evicted from, but technically it wasn't my fault this time, but like still. And then we eventually went over to Zach's house, um, which is a. I'm glad I'm here, but it's not where I want to be. If that makes sense. But I'm here now. I live in an attic. Uh, I put a sheep behind me, but it's not a pretty attic. It sucks in the winter. It sucks in the summer. It just overall sucks. It's a lot of room. That's all you could say really about it is it's got room, but it sucks because nobody wants to come up here. Nobody wants to hang out with me up here. If I want to hang out with somebody, they most likely want to be downstairs with the big TV and stuff. Nobody really wants to hang with me per se. If that makes sense. But we moved in here. I was really lazy when I got here too. Eventually, I was told that I needed to get a job, which I got a job within like pretty big time. I one thing I could talk about is getting this job opportunity for Kirby. Kirby, that's a joke. It was a door-to-door salesman's type stuff for Kirby, and I did not do that. Not at all. That was sketchy as motherfucker. I was not going to get up at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever and go and then get home. Like, it was like a 12-hour shift. What? And I only get like $500 a week, and I work 6 days a week. It was like 500 or 400, but like you at least had to get 2 demos. It was stupid. Anyway, I work at like a stocking store now. I don't really want to name the place, but that's where I am now. My life is okay. I work night shifts, which sucks. Night shifts do suck. They do drain your mental health. But I work 40 hours a week and I get 2 days off. But usually on those 2 days off, I would do nothing, play video games, and do nothing. And that's not what I want to do with my life. I am changing that, hopefully. But I do want to play video games. Just I don't always want to do that. I want to do stuff other than that. Try and get out there and do stuff. If that makes sense. So what I'm working on this year, I'm getting my license. Hopefully, no, I'm getting my license this year. Fixing my car. I have a car. I bought a car before I got my license because I was, in my eye, that would help me think to like make it work better. But I need to fix it. It's only got like brake issues. It does run, turns on, and everything. And what else? Just get my life together. Hopefully I'm getting a new job as well. I'm gonna be working with my mother at another place and get paid more, and it'll probably be second shift though, which sucks, but hey, I might get weekends. So this is where my life is now. I want to elevate, get better, do more videos, because I used to love doing this. There used to be a huge passion, but when when my channel got deleted, like I lost everything on my channel. I also lost it that year, those couple of years too. That's why I felt like I was losing everything. I literally did lose everything. I didn't lose like my computers and stuff, but I still felt like I lost a lot of progress and stuff. But that's why I call last year rebuilding. And I say this year, I don't want to be too weird about it, but I'm saying this year is like gonna be a big change for me. Because I'm gonna get my license. I'm probably gonna get a new job because I really don't want to stay with my new job. And change my whole life aspirations. Push towards something, not just sit here. And because sitting here is a waste of time, and sleeping is a waste of time. I sleep a lot. It's the depression. If you guys don't have it, I'm sure 99% of the population of the United States probably has depression. They just don't say it, and they don't get help. I don't get help either. I just do nothing. But that's gonna change, and I'm probably gonna work on me, work on you too, because that's what I've strived for in the past. I just haven't strived recently. Something else has taken over a big part of my life, and thought it was what I wanted, and it's something I still want, but it's kind of hard to do that by yourself. Remember, I say words and such, mostly just words. I know this was a long video about talking about my life, but hopefully you liked it. I didn't really go into huge detail about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people that I said that are the people that I said in my life are important to me. If you're not mentioned in this, you might not be that important. There are some people I probably didn't mention that are important. Kind of want to push you away. Like maybe my brother. He's a big part of my life. I just don't talk to him. But remember, I say words such, most of those words. I'll see you guys in the next video or whatever I do, because I'm going to be doing a lot of videos now. Because there's nothing else I have. Bye.